the Starmie EX and Articuno EX deck is one of the top tier meta decks in Pokemon TCG Pocket. By utilizing the correct strategy and with a bit of luck, Starmie EX or Articuno EX can be very quickly set up to use powerful attacks, shutting down opponents before they are able to form a winning strategy of their own. How to build this deck, use it effectively, and other useful tips will all be covered in this guide. As usual, useful timestamps can be found in the video description. Let's start off with the deck composition and where to get all the necessary cards. There are a total of 6 actual Pokemon, those being duplicates of Staryu, Starmie EX, and Articuno EX. The only other cards in this deck that must be obtained from card packs are 2 Sabrina and 2 Misty Trainer cards. The remaining cards, which can all be obtained fairly easily from the item shop, are duplicate pairs of the Potion, X-Speed, Pokeball, Red Card, and Professor's Research cards. The one caveat of this deck is that it requires specific cards from all 3 variant packs of the Genetic Apex series. The Articuno EX comes from the Mewtwo packs, the Staryu, Starmie EX, and Sabrina cards come from the Charizard packs, and the Misty cards come from the Pikachu packs. If you're having trouble finding Articuno EX, then Lapras EX from the solo event that's available at the time of publishing this video could be used as a pretty good substitute. Completing the challenges in standard solo battles can help build up shop tickets, which can be used to buy more pack hourglasses for more free packs. Just be sure to save enough shop tickets to also get the remaining cards for this deck. Those are 2 Potions, X-Speeds, Pokeballs, Red Cards, and Professor's Research cards. These cards will help a great deal in getting win conditions set up in matches or otherwise interfere with an opponent's ability to set up their own win conditions. Now let's go through a few matches to get an idea of how to play this deck, and various general tips will also be included. We'll begin with good starting hands and strategies. Depending on your luck, going first can lead to a very quick and overwhelming victory. Ideally, we'll have a Staryu and or Articuno EX, as well as a Misty Trainer card. Articuno EX is a great first play, though Staryu can also be good, so long as we get a Starmie EX quickly thereafter. In this scenario, I don't have Articuno EX, but I do have both a Staryu and a Starmie EX, as well as a Misty Trainer card. If my Misty card gave me a single heads, I would have been able to have Starmie EX up and running by my second turn. That unfortunately didn't happen, so instead I used a Sabrina card to force my opponent to switch out their Growlithe for Moltres. This stalled for time and allowed me to get Starmie EX ready to go while taking minimal damage. I didn't want my opponent to get the first attack with Arcanine, so I forced him to switch in with my second Sabrina card and then attacked with Starmie EX. At this point, the game was pretty much determined, but just to be on the safe side, I continued playing support cards in an effort to get a backup Articuno EX built up. My opponent stalled for a little more time on their side, but ultimately gave up the fight. In this next match, I was going second and my opponent started with a red card. This led to me having an Articuno EX and a Misty Trainer card. If I had gotten 3 heads in a row, or if I got 2 heads in a row and had an X speed for the 0 cost switch out, I could have immediately started using Blizzard on Articuno EX. Because I only got 1 heads and also didn't have an X speed, I started off with using Smack on Staryu for some early damage. This set up 2 possibilities. Either I would not get Starmie EX on my next turn, and I could then switch for Articuno EX and use an Ice Wing, followed by a Blizzard on the next turn, or I would get Starmie EX and could then just start using Hydro Splash while I built up Articuno EX to use Blizzard. I was lucky enough to get Starmie EX and so went with the latter strategy. If we play out this scenario in our heads, I would damage his Starmie EX and he would either switch it out or keep it in to deal some damage. If he tried switching it out, I could have used Sabrina to get it back in for a knockout without taking any damage. Even if he left it in and damaged my Starmie EX, I could then use its 0 retreat cost on my next turn to switch it out for Articuno EX and use an Ice Wing to finish off the opponent's Starmie EX. On the next turn, I would have Blizzard ready to go to sweep any remaining opponent Pokemon. Keep in mind, the only reason this was the case is because I had gotten a lucky coin flip with the Misty card. If I hadn't gotten that, there was a slim chance that my opponent could have recovered. Understanding the inevitable outcome, my opponent conceded. This final scenario is one of the quickest ways to secure a victory with this deck. It requires going first and having both an Articuno EX to play and also a Misty Trainer card to use. Even though it's the first turn and so we don't have any energy to place on Articuno EX, a lucky Misty Trainer card can bypass that limitation and get enough energy tokens on Articuno EX to start using Ice Wing or even better, Blizzard on the first turn. If you are lucky enough for this to happen, you are basically guaranteed the victory. Let's wrap up this video by discussing the strengths and weaknesses of this deck. The Starmie EX and Articuno EX deck goes great against almost any deck type aside from Lightning or Electric type decks. Even then, a good start and lucky streaks with a Misty Trainer card can quickly turn things to our favor. Having 2 Starmie EX cards that are both ready to attack can spell disaster for any opponent, as they have a 0 retreat cost and can defeat any Pokemon with just 2 attacks. There are few Pokemon in the current meta that can shut down such a tag team, and they usually require a lot of energy buildup to do it, which takes time that the opponent is unlikely to have. If you have any suggestions on how to improve this deck, you can leave a comment about that. And if you have any questions on how the deck works, you can reach out to me in the comments where I will do my best to help. If you want to see more great content, you can head over to my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat. Her name's Marshmallow. Have a great day. If you're here today, have a great Friday and a great weekend. And as always, thanks for watching.